Hey guys, this is Anita. Welcome back to my channel. It's been more than a month, I think almost 2 months since I posted a video. I think my last video was September TBR, if I'm not wrong. Actually, I was in slump from past 3 months, and when I'm in slump I don't even feel like recording videos. That's why I took a break. Now I'm getting better. I'm not completely out of it, but doing better. In today's video I'm going to talk about all the books I have been reading from past 2 months. It's not a long list, that's why I decided to combine both September and October wrap up. Also, most of these books are from the same series, continuation of the same series, so I thought it makes sense to talk about them together. I read three books in September and total 6 books in October. Actually, 3 planned reads in October, but I reread 3 romance books. I was actually reading Assassin's Fate and I was struggling to fall asleep because I was either angry or I was sad. So I needed something lighthearted to read before sleeping. I have gone through my Goodreads and decided to pick Act Your Age, Eve Brown. I read it last year and enjoyed it. It was funny and the audiobook was available in Libby. It's only around 10 to 11 hours. So I thought, okay, maybe I can listen to it like 2 hours per day while reading Assassin's Fate. So I started it and I finished listening to it in a day. Less than a day, actually, half a day. That's when I realized I am actually in audiobook mode, and I got both the first book and second book, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and Take a Hint, Danny Brown, also from Libya, and listen to them back to back in next 2 days. Yes, I listened to them out of order this time, but it works for this trilogy because they are actually individual books. Each book focused on a different sister. They are Chloe Brown, Danny Brown, and Evie Brown are 3 sisters, and each book focuses on one of the sisters' romantic life. All 3 books follow the same formula. They meet a guy, fall in love, and there will be some kind of conflict and how they patch up. And every character has some issue, either physical or mental, or trauma from their previous relationships. I like that actually. It's about finding love irrespective of having those issues, how they got over them. I think I appreciated that more on reread now after reading Evil, Cruel Fantasy World. Anyway, I think my favorite out of those 3 is the third book, Act Your Age, Eve Brown. It has humor in it actually. I found it very lighthearted and cute. I gave it 4 stars both first time and this time. And my favorite romance is from the first book. Audiobook narrator isn't that good, but I still listen to it. I think I gave it 3.5 stars first time, but this time I increased it to 4 stars. My least favorite is the second book, Take a Hint, Danny Brown. I don't know why I felt bored while reading that, both the first time and this time. Actually, first time I gave it only 2.5 stars. This time I gave it 3 stars. I actually like the characters, especially Jaff. I think entire focus was on Danny's romantic life and her issues. With respect to that, I did not feel we got any depth of her character. I think that's the reason, because otherwise I don't understand why it did not work for me as much as the first and third books, because it follows the same formula. Now moving on to what I read in fantasy. First 2 books I want to talk about are Servant of the Empire and Mistress of the Empire by Raymond D. Feist and Johnny Watts. Second one I read in September and third one in October. I have mixed feelings about this trilogy. Servant of the Empire, actually 2/3 of the book I enjoyed it. I think that part was my favorite. Then it started going down for me. I did not like the characterization change of antagonist. Suddenly, I mean, until then we were told that he was brilliant, and I expected battle of that wits, battle of strategies. Then he was changed to this completely evil character, and it became very regular good versus evil thing. I did not like that. There are some great scenes in that book, but overall it was a disappointment. I gave it 3.5 stars. Even Mistress of the Empire, I like the overall ideas, but execution is where I have problem with. It was melodramatic. It felt like too much time spent on unimportant parts, and then when it comes to important things we were just told of them, so and so happened, that's it. And there are some great characters. I felt they weren't used properly. That's my biggest problem at the end. I haven't yet decided what to rate this book. I am hovering around 3.5, 3.75 stars. We had a discussion of Servant of the Empire in Alan's channel. We will have Mistress of the Empire discussion this week or next week. And the next two books I want to talk about are Fool's Quest and Assassin's Fate by Robin Hobb. Books 2 and 3 from Fizz and Fool trilogy. I'm so sad actually because this trilogy is most loved by fans, but this did not reach great heights for me actually. I think I like Rainwell Chronicles more than this trilogy. Unpopular opinion. I haven't rated these two yet. I am thinking around 4.25 stars for Fool's Quest and 4.5 stars for Assassin's Fate. Both have pacing issues. I mean, I enjoyed these two better than Fool's Assassin for sure. I think pacing wise, Fool's Quest is the best. Though starting and ending were little slower, middle part pacing was actually perfect, and there are some amazing character moments. And Assassin's Fate picked up right after Fool's Quest, and middle part slowed down a bit, and there is some amazing character work. I think my favorite are new characters introduced in this trilogy. They're just amazing. There are some great moments in this trilogy, but I think plot took some unnecessary detour, especially in this last book, and also I did not like how one character changed. We had discussions about both these books on my channel, but I still feel I have a lot to say. I will film a spoiler-free review for this trilogy. I'll try to consolidate all my thoughts without spoilers in that video. And the next book I want to talk about is The King's Blood by Daniel Abraham, second book in Dagger and Coin series. I think almost 2/3 of this book was very slow, and then final 1/3 that just blew my mind. Daniel Abraham's character work was just top notch. The way he moved each character in place to move the plot ahead was just beautiful. It's art actually. I mean, it makes sense that it was slow because he set up everything for the next 3 books. There is a lot to reveal about world building. He just started introducing world to us, and there is a lot of mystery around it. The intrigue he built around the world was just fantastic. I gave this book 4.5 stars only because of the slow start. Otherwise, it was just perfect. I cannot wait to see where these characters go and what the world reveals to us. One of the best epic fantasy worlds I have read. I know Abraham is not for everyone, but he's just perfect for me. And the next book I want to talk about is Cyrus Corax Deals with the Dead by KJ Parker. This entire trilogy is coming out this year. The first one came out in October, second book is coming out in November, and third is coming out in December. I have all 3 arcs from NetGalley. This Cyrus Corax, actually he runs a battlefield scavenger business. He has this entire team, one who collects armor from dead bodies, one who collects jewelry from them, one who collects and cleans shoes. I mean, they collect all that stuff and refix them and resell them. That's their business. And as part of that, he explains in detail everything about that. It's about, stripping dead bodies and burning them, and I still enjoyed it. Parker's writing works for me, his humor works for me, and his cynicism is perfect for me. I laugh a lot while reading his books. All Parker books set in the same world. I read 3 of his standalones. They take place in different locations or different islands, and they're actually fairly contained, though we get to know about different cities or different parts of the world, about the wars happening in the other side of the world. We don't travel, or the main character usually doesn't travel, at least in the standalones I have read. But in this book, main character travels a lot. Along with him, we also get to learn more about the world. We got to know the details about, economic, financial institutions who control the world. I like that world building a lot. I gave this book 4.5 stars because pacing was a little off in the second half. There were times I wondered where this book was going. I still don't know where this is going as a trilogy, but I had a blast reading this. I'm not sure if I recommend this book as an entry point to Parker because of how many locations were mentioned. I need to think about it actually. I mean, I'm planning to read the trilogy since I have arcs. I'm planning to read it soon before the December. I'll film a series review then. I'll decide by then. That's all I read in September and October. Though I don't have any 5 stars, I enjoyed what I read, especially The King's Blood and Cyrus Corax and my rereads of those romance books. Let me know in comments what was your favorite book in October. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.